And so now what does your Airbnb portfolio look like?
So it's always in a little bit of flux, but I mean, I might be downsizing 5 units in Berkeley coming up here soon. And so my partner has already told me to stop listing them. So,
wow.
And some of them we're deciding whether or not to rent them for March because we have people interested. But so right now I'm managing a total of about maybe 28 units, and a few of them are long-term because a few of my Airbnb customers said, you know what, let's go long-term. I'm going to stop doing Airbnb. One of them was because of the Berkeley rules or whatever. And so I said, okay, like I'm cool with doing long-term management also. I'll help you find a 1-year lease, a tenant, get them to sign a contract, and I'll manage them like that. It's like a long-term.
Oh wow.
So I do a few of those also. But anyhow, so right now I own 7 doors, including 3 properties, and they each have 2 doors. One of them has 3 on them.
Okay.
So a duplex, 2 houses near City College, one in a front house and a back house, a property in North Fresno, and this is kind of one of my best tools in my tool belt is converting detached garages into a new unit. And so I did that at the first house, and then I'm doing at this newer house in North Fresno. We already did that. We converted one car garage. It was like a shop, already had a bathroom in it. So we converted that to a unit, and it's been renting for a few months. And I'm almost done with another unit, which will be the 3rd on that property. And I also have an RV. I have RV parking with full sewer hookup, sewer, water.
Is this in Fresno?
Yeah, that's in Fresno.
Is it in Fresno or in Clovis? Because Kyle got in trouble for having his trailer.
Right. No, he told me about that, and that really sucked because I showed him my trailer. I think that got him excited.
Speaking of Kyle.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, about Clovis. But no, so this is in Fresno, and we have had no problems. Knock on wood. I have awesome neighbors. The neighbor sold me the house, and he's been nothing but helpful ever since. And the other neighbor's kind of far. We've never seen them. They're kind of around the corner, but it's right on West Bullard. So I like kind of busy streets for my properties because you get a little bit less complaints. So we're right on West Bullard and Marks. So I have one neighbor that's close enough to see my property and hear it, and he's awesome. And then no other neighbor is close enough to notice anything. If we ever had a loud guest, for example, we've had great guests, but just in case, so I when I'm looking at a neighborhood for a property, I have to worry about both sides. Like if it's a bad neighborhood, are the neighbors going to bother my guests? Or if it's a good neighborhood, are my guests going to bother my neighbors? And so I always give my phone numbers to the neighbors, and I say, call me if my guest ever blocks your driveway or anything, any problem. And what I'm thinking is call me before you call the police, because things happen, not huge. We've never had any, I've had, big like things, but never been anything we can't handle.
And so are these all in Fresno now? Do you have one in the Bay, right? Or 2 in the Bay?
No. So most are still in the Bay. So let's see here. So I arbitrage 5 units in Richmond. So I rent them from the owner. And by the way, that guy, the owner, he was a carpet cleaning customer, and I used to clean his apartments, and I would tell him about Airbnb, and he would always say, no, not now. And basically it took him 1 year to say, okay. I bumped into him in a Home Depot, mentioned it again. He said yes, because rent control just kicked in Richmond. So, and he just had a bad relationship with his tenants, some vacant units, 1 unit. And so we started with 1. I offered him over market rate for that 1 unit and a full month deposit. And he saw the way I took care of his property. And he really liked it. And the next time he had a vacant unit, he said, hey, would you want another one? I said, yes, but I can't give you a full month deposit. How about half? He said, okay. And then the next unit he had, I said, okay, how about no deposit? He said, okay. So, so the more we work together, kind of the better the deals get. And so I also manage another unit for another guy in Richmond. So that's 6 in Richmond. There was another one that recently got sold. And then there's 5 in Berkeley still. And then there's another 3 long-term rentals that I manage in the East Bay, Richmond, El Cerrito, Berkeley, and I own the duplex in Richmond. So one of them the upstairs guy is a long-term tenant who's been there from before we owned it.
And he'll never leave.
Never leave. No, never leave. And the downstairs is a short-term rental. Yeah. And then so in Fresno, I manage my properties. I was managing another one that recently got sold, and I'm help them manage their own unit. The one down in South Tower, I was a partner on that property, but a friend bought us out, me and my other partner. So what I'm helping them kind of get on their own feet, self-managing it. Another one I manage in Clovis, and so me and Gerald, we're gonna set one up in the next month in a condo in Fresno. And me and Rudy have the house in Bakersfield, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, hot tub and a pool in the ground. So that's my favorite house right now, is the Bakersfield house.
Why is it your favorite?
Well, because it's 4-bedroom, 2-bath, hot tub, pool in ground. It's gonna make the most money. And certain cities like Fresno and Bakersfield don't charge Airbnb taxes. Everything in the Bay does. Even Florida, all of Florida, Texas, Tennessee, they don't ban Airbnbs, but they tax it. And taxes are fine, but it's nicer when they're not taxed. Like the city of Fresno decided we're not taxing Airbnbs. So when you go to book an Airbnb, when you click to check out, it'll show you like a few lines of what you're paying, like the reservation cost, the cleaning fee, the service fee. And some cities have a occupancy tax, and some don't. Bakersfield and Fresno don't. And that really helps out by not charging that tax. So those are a couple of reasons. But so I just set up a house for maybe 5 months ago. I set up a house for Pace in Las Vegas. 2 months ago, one in Arizona, in Goodyear, near spring training outside of Phoenix. I'm setting one up right now, actually, in Dallas for him. I'm setting it up remotely with a helper on the ground, and I'll be out there to help wrap it up in another week or two. And that's gonna be the biggest house so far. It's 6 bedrooms, 2 baths, huge in-ground pool and hot tub also.